Hey guys, this is James with Oxidize, and this is a demo video of our devices pack for Oxygen Builder. These are pure CSS mockups of devices that you can use in the page builder, and they're made using native Oxygen Builder elements, so they're very easy to edit and use in the back end. I'm going to show you them on the front end and then the back end. If you want to learn about how to install this pack in your site, check out the documentation linked below. If you want to purchase this pack, I think it is $3.99 for new users. Pretty cheap. Go ahead and click on the link in the description below to the product page. And with that being said, let's take a look at what we have here. So you get 10 individual CSS device mockups here. Some of them you can change the colors around. So for all the Apple devices, you can change this color. This is silver right now. You can change it to like space gray or something like that. All of these are true to size, and all of them, the screen, you can, because they're true to size and because they have that aspect ratio, you can throw a screenshot directly into the device and it will fit perfectly and work perfectly. And it's very easy to do from the Oxygen backend. All right, let's take a look at each of the devices. So we have an iPhone X, we have an iPhone 8, and you can change the color here. A Google Pixel XL2, a Galaxy S8, I believe, and this can be made into a gray. Right now it's blue. You have iPads, so you have two iPads. These are actually the same, but they're just shown on the screen here to show how the color can be changed. So this has a specific class that changes the color to rose gold. This has the silver class. Here you have a Surface Book Pro, you have a MacBook Pro, you have a MacBook. You have a Surface Desktop, I think it's called a Surface Studio, and then you have an iMac Pro. So these are all the devices that you get, pure CSS, really quick to load because they're pure CSS, and they're built with Oxygen Builder elements, which I will show you right now. All right, so on the back end, this is what you get when you import it into your site. And in the documentation, I talk about how to install it. There's a couple steps that you'll want to take. If you have Hydrogen Pack, it's literally just copy and paste. If you don't, it's easy to install, but you just have to follow the documentation to make sure you got everything right. When you install it, you get this well-ordered, well-organized, let's see if I can make it bigger. You get a well-organized lineup here. So basically, you get all the devices on one page, and you can save them as reusable parts. So you make it reusable, or without right-click and Hydrogen Pack, you make it reusable here. And then you can place it into whatever page or post you want the element to be visible on in your site. So pretty easy to use, and everything's built in Oxygen. So everything's organized here. And as you can see, this is a standard structure between all of the devices. So you have your overarching device wrapper, then you have a code block, and then you have a specific collection of divs. And this is what all of the devices look like. First, if you want to change any of the backgrounds, that is super easy, and all you need to do is click on the actual screen in Oxygen Builder. That will bring you directly to the Change Me Background ID section, and then you'll just go into the background and then find the background image and upload your own device screenshot. If you screenshot it directly from the device, the aspect ratio will match, so that's a pretty cool thing. And if you don't, you can see here, you just change the URL or the image that you're inserting, and there you go. You're going to get a custom, perfectly fit image in your CSS device, just like so. If you want to change the colors of the devices, that's done through a class, and you might notice that the device doesn't look the way it does on the front end, and that's because of the standard styling that's applied to all of the divs that don't have any sizes applied to them in the back end. It looks fine on the front end. It just looks like this in the back end. If you want to change the device colors, you can check to figure out what the classes are in the comments of the code block. So I want to change this to a rose gold device, and to do that, I'd go there and then I would click on the associated class here and delete whatever the existing class is, and then say device rose gold, and then it will change it to a rose gold device like you can see right here. So that's pretty cool, and I'll actually show you it on the front end so you can see it change in real time. And these are all helper classes, and they're all described in the documentation on how to use this, and they're also described in the actual code block comments on how to use this. So really quickly, this is the device right now, and it changes to a rose gold device just like that. And then you place whatever image you want inside of it. Additionally, uh, you can change the colors and you can change the background images. So that's basically what you get with this. It's all built in Oxygen Builder, so it's really easy to use. When you use it in a production website, and I talk about this more in the documentation, you take the code from the code block. So the code block contains instructions on how to use it, and then it also contains the actual CSS that makes up the device. So everything's modular, so it works in those reusable parts. But if you're using this in a production website and you have it on the page, what I would do is copy all the CSS out, create a new style sheet, or place this into an existing style sheet. So copy and paste it into your style sheet and then just delete the code block. It reduces the number of DOM elements and probably adds a few milliseconds or shaves off a few milliseconds on the loading time of your site. So if you want to check out the pricing, I think they're like $3.99 for 10 of them. Go do that on the first link in the description below. The second link in the description below brings you directly to the documentation, which is both written and video. And you can just mess around with it. And if you want device mockups on an Oxygen site, I think this is a good solution for you. Okay, until the next video, be sure if you're going to purchase this, check out the documentation on how to install it.